Hi there, today I'll show you how to use the Zoom H5 handy recorder as an external microphone or audio interface for your Android phone. If you keep watching until the end of this video, I'll include audio samples with various microphones to give you an idea of how using a Zoom H5 as an audio interface can improve the audio recorded to an Android phone. Now, here's what you'll need. An Android phone, obviously, a Zoom H5 handy recorder, a mini USB to USB-C cable or the mini USB to USB-A cable that came with your Zoom H5, plus a USB-A to USB-C adapter. By the way, if you haven't already hit the like button, please help me out by doing so. Now, here's how I use my Zoom H5 as an audio interface with my Samsung A53-5G Android phone. Connect the Zoom H5 to the phone using the USB cable. Turn on the H5 and it'll boot up to the USB menu screen. There are two options. Use the scroll button on the side of the recorder to select Audio Interface and then press the scroll button to enter the audio interface screen. In most cases, you just want to select stereo and then press the scroll button. On the next screen, choose PC/Mac bus powered or PC/Mac battery. I recommend using battery because that means that the H5 will use power from the AA batteries that it's got and not drain the power on your phone. In other words, you'll be able to record for longer. You should then see that the display on the Zoom H5 shows a pair of audio meters that can be used to judge the input level on your H5. To use the built-in XY mics or a lavalier microphone plugged into the 3.5mm socket on the side of the detachable mic capsule, press either the L or R track buttons so that the L and R track LEDs light up. Then use the input level knob beside the XY mics to adjust the level. If you want to use one or two XLR mics, plug them into the combo input sockets 1 and 2 on the bottom of the H5. Then press the 1 and 2 track buttons to select those tracks. The next step is choosing your recording app. Normally, I prefer recording apps like Open Camera, Shure Plus Motive Audio, iRig Recorder and Rode Reporter, and I'll put links to those down in the description. But today I'm going to be using the default camera app on my Samsung phone and record audio with that. I'll be recording with 4 different microphones: the internal phone mics, the XY mics on the H5, an XLR dynamic mic, and an inexpensive lavalier microphone. I'll adjust the audio level using the gain knobs on the H5 and check the level on the H5 meters. If I were using one of the other recording apps, I could also adjust the level in the app itself and look at the meter on the app, assuming it has one. Now let's hear how the audio sounds using the different microphones and the H5 as an audio interface. This is going to be our baseline. This is using the internal microphones on the phone. So this is what the audio sounds like when you're not using the H5 as an audio interface or microphone. This is what the audio sounds like when you're recording using the microphones on the phone. This is now how I sound using an inexpensive lavalier microphone. It's the Movo LV1, which is very similar, if not identical, to the Boya BY-M1. Both are around, $15 thereabouts. And I've got this one plugged into the 3.5mm socket on the side of the mic capsule on the Zoom H5. I'm now recording the sound using the XY microphones on the Zoom H5, and because I'm speaking into the top and holding on to the bottom of the H5, it's almost as if I'm using a handheld microphone. Moving on, I now have this dynamic XLR microphone. It's a Beyerdynamic M69NC microphone. It's a professional mic, and I've got it plugged into input 1 on the base of the H5 recorder. That's the left-hand XLR input. And although this is a dynamic microphone, equally I could have used a condenser microphone because the H5 is able to provide phantom power. So there you have it, using the Zoom H5 as an external microphone and audio interface with an Android phone, specifically my Samsung Galaxy A53-5G phone. Let me know in the comments what you think about using the H5 as an external microphone or audio interface and how you think you might be able to use it. I think compared to using the phone's internal mics, using the H5 as an external mic or audio interface is a big improvement. It also lets you record with 2 XLR microphones while recording onto your phone, which can be really useful if you're recording an interview or a podcast. However, your Android phone must have a USB-C OTG port or an OTG adapter. If you found this video useful, please support my channel with a like, share and subscribe. I also have links down in the description which you might find useful. To make sure you don't miss any of my new videos, please smash that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep creating.